the sneaky stowaway. How your hidden pain is hijacking your life, and why your sock drawer might know. Let's talk about the emotional equivalent of that weird smell in your car you swear isn't coming from the takeout bag you forgot last Tuesday. It's subtle, it's persistent, and it's definitely messing with your vibe. Welcome to the world of silent trauma. The ninja of emotional baggage, the master of disguise, the uninvited guest crashing in your subconscious and raiding your emotional fridge. We often picture trauma as a dramatic event, a car crash, a natural disaster, something with sirens and news crews. But silent trauma? That's the emotional equivalent of slow drip coffee, except it's battery acid, and it's leaking onto your soul. It's the accumulated weight of things you thought you shrugged off. The chronic criticism, the subtle neglect, the microaggressions that felt like emotional paper cuts, the relationship that wasn't abusive but left you feeling perpetually confused and small. You didn't break a leg. You just developed a weird, persistent limp nobody else seems to notice. Yet, the problem is this stuff doesn't just vanish. It's like hitting archive on 1,000 unread emails titled "Stuff I Can't Deal With Right Now." They pile up in your mental inbox, silently draining your battery, messing with your algorithms, and occasionally sending out weird spam replies. Hello, unexplained anxiety at the grocery store checkout. So, how do you know if you're hauling around this invisible emotional anvil? Look for these hilariously inconvenient clues. 1. The everything's fine. Force field, you've mastered the art of the Olympic-grade smile. Your motto? No tears, only vibes, and maybe excessive caffeine. People describe you as so strong, so resilient, so unnervingly cheerful about that minor kitchen fire. Inside, you feel like a duck paddling furiously underwater while maintaining perfect composure above. This isn't strength. It's emotional duct tape holding together a canyon. The sheer effort of pretending is exhausting, leaving you about as energetic as a sloth on sedatives. 2. The body's rebellion. Your shoulders are basically Mount Everest. Your body is not fooled by your fine act. It becomes the whistleblower. Chronic tension headaches that feel like a tiny goblin is mining for diamonds in your temples? Check. Unexplained gut issues, because apparently your stomach is very opinionated about unresolved feelings. Check. Muscle tension so severe you could crack walnuts with your trapezius? Check. Insomnia where your brain decides 3 a.m. is prime time to replay every vaguely awkward moment since kindergarten? Double check. Your body is basically screaming, H-E-Y, you. Yes, you with the perfect Instagram feed. Pay attention to me. I'm hurting down here. 3. The emotional roller coaster you didn't buy a ticket for. 1 minute you're calmly folding laundry. The next you're weeping uncontrollably over a particularly touching insurance commercial featuring a golden retriever. Or maybe a minor inconvenience, spilling coffee, missing the bus, triggers a rage so intense it surprises even you. It feels disproportionate, embarrassing, and wildly confusing. This is your hidden pain poking its head out of the trapdoor, yelling, "Remember me," when something seemingly small touches a raw, buried nerve. It's not about the coffee. It's about the 1,000 tiny spills you never acknowledged. 4. The intimacy ice wall. Getting close? Shudder. Vulnerability feels like walking naked through Times Square while juggling flaming chainsaws. You might crave connection, but the second things get real, you slam up the emotional drawbridge, pour boiling oil, metaphorical indifference, and retreat into your fortress of solitude. Deep down, it's a protective mechanism. If I don't let anyone really see me, they can't hurt me like that again. The tragic irony? You end up feeling profoundly lonely inside your own well-defended castle. 5. The joy vacuum and the passion pit. Things that used to light you up now feel meh. Hobbies gather dust. Social events feel like mandatory dental surgery. You go through the motions, but the sparkle is gone. It's like someone dimmed the internal lights. Similarly, pursuing big dreams feels terrifyingly risky. Why reach for the stars when you might just get metaphorically smacked back down? Hidden pain whispers, don't get excited. Don't hope too much. Remember what happened last time. It dampens your inner fire with the precision of a trauma-shaped fire extinguisher. 6. The ninja-level avoidance skills. Certain topics, places, people, or even types of movies send you scrambling for the nearest exit, mentally or physically. You become an expert deflector, changing the subject with the agility of a spy escaping laser beams. Oh, my childhood? Yeah, fine, mostly. Look, a distraction. This isn't just forgetfulness. It's your subconscious hitting the panic button. Your hidden pain has set up no-fly zones in your mind, and you instinctively steer clear. 7. The hypervigilance hustle. You're constantly scanning the environment for potential threats, like a meerkat with crippling anxiety. Is that person's tone slightly off? Did that look mean something? Is disaster lurking around this corner? It's exhausting. You're always braced for impact, even when life is calm. This is your nervous system stuck in code red, still reacting to old dangers long after they've passed, like a car alarm that won't stop blaring. 8. The self-sabotage special. You inexplicably torpedo good things right when they get going. Great new job? Suddenly make a catastrophic error. Promising relationship? Pick a fight over something ridiculous. It's like having a tiny, invisible gremlin inside whispering, "You don't deserve this." Better ruin it now before they do. Hidden in pain often breeds a deep-seated belief that you're unworthy of happiness or success, leading you to unconsciously recreate familiar patterns of disappointment or loss. Why does this sneaky stuff hide? The great camouflage caper. Minimization station. It wasn't that bad. Other people have it worse. Spoiler. Your pain is valid. Full stop. The normalization trap. Oh, that's just how my family was. Just because it was common doesn't mean it was healthy. Shame shuffle. I should be over this. It's weak to feel this way. Shame loves silence. It's its breeding ground. Memory glitch. Sometimes the brain literally files things away in hard-to-access corners as a protective measure, dissociation. The not-so-funny punchline, but there's hope. Carrying silent trauma is like trying to run a marathon with an invisible backpack full of bricks. You can do it, but holy heck, it's inefficient, exhausting, and makes you wonder why everyone else seems to be sprinting past you effortlessly. The good news? Awareness is the first, crucial step towards unpacking that backpack. Recognizing these sneaky signs isn't about slapping on a label or wallowing. It's about finally acknowledging the stowaway that's been messing with your navigation system. It's about realizing that your unexplained limp, your joy vacuum, your shoulder mount Everest, they might not be random glitches, but signals from a part of you that's been quietly hurting. Unpacking the backpack isn't a solo comedy act, though gallows humor helps. It often involves acknowledging the stowaway. Okay, weird emotional smell in my mental car. I see you. Gentle curiosity. Why asterisk does underscore that specific thing trigger me into a rage/flight response/deep freeze. Seeking the right kind of help. Therapists are like emotional mechanics for your brain's weird wiring. Support groups are like finding other people whose cars have the same weird smell. Talking to a trusted friend is like finally pointing out the smell and having them say, "Oh, thank goodness, I smell it too." Self-compassion, trading the internal drill sergeant for a kind, understanding friend. Wow, carrying that must have been heavy. No wonder you're tired. This is key. Silent trauma doesn't have to be the invisible director of your life's frustrating blooper reel. By shining a light on its sneaky signs, with humor, honesty, and a hefty dose of self-compassion, you can start to reclaim your energy, your joy, and your sense of self. You can turn down the volume on the internal alarm system and maybe, just maybe, rediscover what it feels like to run without those hidden bricks. And that, my friend, is a punchline worth working towards. Now, about that smell, maybe check under the passenger seat. If you found this video informative, please like and subscribe. It will really help this channel out. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more informative videos coming.